All right. Well, hello. I'm John Harmon. Um, I'm a data scientist at Macmillan Learning, and I am going to talk to you about the R4DS online learning community and how we hope that you can help. This deck is available at bit.ly/R4DS user 19. All right. So I'm going to go over who we are, what we do, and hopefully answer how you can help us. So we are an online community. We were founded in 2017 by Jesse Mostopak as an R for Data Science study group. We are on Twitter at R4DS community and on Slack. And Slack is the bulk of our presence. You can also find us at r4ds.online. And despite some confusion, we are not affiliated with Hadley Wickham and Garrett Grolman, and we are not affiliated with RStudio, although one of our admins now works at RStudio. So the main component of the community is the Slack. We have channels for various questions people might have about how to solve a problem using R. Originally laid out based on the R for Data Science book, but we've evolved a little bit beyond that. We also answer questions about GitHub, just help people get started on whatever they might need to do in R. We have about 250 active users every week and about 50 posters every week. You can see spikes like this was the RStudio Conf in January where we got some new users. And this one over here, I think is actually, we had a data set about wine, and wine got a lot of people into the community. So what do we do? The thing you've most likely seen is we run the Tidy Tuesday hashtag on Twitter. Every Monday, Thomas Mock puts out a new data set. Those are curated via GitHub, and we welcome suggestions for new data sets over on GitHub/R for Data Science. And the idea is that users can clean up the data and create visualizations and then share them and get feedback on how they did, what they might have done better. There's also a Shiny app that you can use, put together by Neil Grantham, just completely independently of us, where you can see submissions, you can see what people have retweeted the most and what people have liked the most, and kind of navigate things that way. For example, I've got one user. Oh, let me close this. Had a couple weeks ago, we had a data set about UFO sightings. And so this user, Arga Adyatama, went in and tried to compare it to sci-fi movies, but he found that really it was the launch of the internet that made the number of UFO sightings skyrocket. Another user that is very active on Tidy Tuesday is Cedric Scherer, and he does really interesting visualizations. I really recommend checking them out. This was one that he basically made a little sci-fi movie out of some data about meteorite impacts. And there are some little jokes in this visualization if you look closely. Another thing that happens as a result of this is a lot of weeks David Robinson does a screencast where he loads up the data set and just blindly, without having looked at it first, shows what he would do to analyze it. And people have found those very helpful for learning R. My favorite part about all this is we often have tweets where people tell us that they learned something new through Tidy Tuesday, whether it's looking at someone else's code or just in the act of producing their visualizations, they find new things that they wouldn't have learned otherwise. Another thing that we do is we have a couple of hashtags that on Fridays we tweet out, inviting people to tell us about their blogs, their packages, or cool R functions that they've found. And then we retweet those so that we can get more eyes on those tweets. And this came from an idea that David Robinson suggested at RStudio Conf, where he said, oh, we should have a Feedback Friday, and then people can get feedback. And so we have done that. And our latest initiative is we do office hours, where, for example, most Saturday mornings, I go on the Slack for a set hour and just answer questions, help people work through whatever they're working through in R. And this is one where we would very much like anyone out there who has an hour they can devote to just answering questions, helping. It's not even really answering questions, it's more helping people search for what they need to do, maybe pointing them to a blog or letting them know what package would help them out. It's a lot of fun. I enjoy that one quite a lot. Just for an example, this is the kind of question that we might get. Just a simple not straightforward, trying to reorder the levels of a ggplot and go through a thread on Slack and go back and forth. Sometimes people share a little bit more detail. Oh, well, really, I needed to do this, needed to do that. All right. So the important part is hopefully some of you are asking how you can help. The first thing is just being supportive on Twitter. Our stats community on Twitter is already very supportive, but giving people a retweet of if you think that their Tidy Tuesday is cool, replying with something they could have done to maybe fix a question that they had. The next step is join us on the Slack. We always welcome new learners of any level. We've got people who are brand new to R, and we have people who have been coding in R for years, and it's great to have that community. If you do join the Slack, you can message me at John Harmon or at R4DS admin and sign up for an office hour. We would love to have more of those. And then finally, if you have ideas for other things we can do, we love to, get people more active in R and find ways to help people. So just send us those ideas. And to do that, you can contact us on Twitter. You can visit us online. We're on GitHub, or you can email r4datasci@gmail. Or you can contact me, or you can contact Dennis, and we will gladly get you started. So hopefully I will be able to answer any questions if you have any. I'm not sure how well I'll be able to hear everybody, but we can give it a try.
All right. Thank you, John. So, does anybody? Yes, you all want to clap, right? I hope you can hear that, John. That's for you. So, we've got time for like 1 or 2 quick questions. If anybody would like to say anything, I'm probably gonna. Did you hear your applause, John?
I can hear you very well.
Okay, I guess. Then I'll repeat the question from the room for you, and you can answer because everybody can hear you very well.
Okay.
So, has anybody got questions for John now that we've set it up? They are being kind of shy, John. But no I suppose problem. You are an online community, so...
So yes, if you have questions, come find us.
All right. Thank you for Skyping in, John, and standing in.
All right, thank you.